I was proud of our effort. I thought our guys continued to play hard, even when we got down. I was really, like I said, proud of them for doing that. Made too many, coaching errors, too many errors just to win a game against a good football team. I got to give Memphis some credit. I mean, when you look at, they made some plays on third down, where we had guys covered, and they just made plays on the football. Made some competitive plays that good football teams make and good players make. And like I said, we were in pretty good position, and that hurt us. Obviously, the kickoffs killed us. I mean, our special teams, our covering kicks were just atrocious. We're just not getting the ball kicked to where we need to get it kicked to, and we didn't get off blocks and didn't cover, and we knew that was something that was going to be important in this game, and we gave up a kick return for a touchdown, and we just, for whatever reason, couldn't get the ball kicked to where we're supposed to get it kicked to, and when we did, we didn't cover well. And so obviously we got to go back, and that was, you go back and look at it. I think we gave them the ball at midfield 5 times after we scored a touchdown, and just put our defense in a bind. Can't do that against a good football team.
Other than Kamen Freeman's long touchdown, 29 rushing yards, how do you attribute the difficulty getting the running game on track?
Well, we threw it a lot. I mean, a lot of times we were behind, and that's what you do sometimes when you're behind, is you got to throw the ball, and we got a little behind and had to throw it a little bit more than we want to. The thing that we, pride ourselves in is our ability to, if we can't run it, then we can throw it, and if we can't throw it, then we can run it. And so, a way to make first downs and score points, and scored 48 points without being able to run it. So, wish we could have run it better, but 48 points is usually enough to win.
What did you think of the way Rashid played?
I thought Rashid played well. Yeah, I thought Rashid did some good things. I mean, he made some competitive plays. Kind of like we expected him to. It's the way he's practiced, and it's good to see him carry that out to the field. And play at that level when you have opportunities to do it. I was pleased with him. Thought he did a good job. I thought James played well. I thought Shane did a lot of good things as well. And we just didn't make enough plays. I mean, when you go back and you look at it. Other than like I said, the kicking game is what really hurt us. But if you go back and you just watch it, there's a play here or a play there. If we make them, then it's a different outcome.
What do you say? I mean, obviously you guys have been perfect and kind of never really tasted this kind of moment yet. How do you kind of deal with that as a team now?
Well, we'll see. You don't know till you deal with it, till you have to deal with it. And so we'll see how our guys respond. And I think they'll respond well. We talked a little bit about it in the locker room, just the importance of coming out tomorrow and having a good practice. And so we'll obviously got to get some areas fixed and some things addressed. Some issues that we've known we've had all along that, like I said, we've kind of been able to hide them in some ways. Got exposed against a good football team. So, that happens when you play good people.
Can you talk more about James? 13 catches.
Yeah, I mean, James has been money for us all year, and I think he had to carry a little bit more of a load tonight with Reggie not being there. He just made a bunch of plays. I mean, just look at him. I mean, he just makes plays when he gets opportunities to do it, and it doesn't matter if there's somebody on him or whatever. He just has a knack of going and getting the football, and he competes incredibly hard, and he's playing with a lot of confidence, and Shane's got a lot of confidence in him. So, those guys, I thought, like I said, I thought we played well. We'll look at the tape and have some critiques on it, obviously. But, I thought overall, James and Rashid and those guys played pretty well.
Who was Reggie? What is his deal? I mean, is he going to be able to play this year?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see kind of where he's at. You know what I mean? I think, I think every week we'll know a little bit more.
What is the diagnosis?
He's got a foot injury.
How much a game like this, what does it do for your secondary, just your DBs? How much of a teaching method can this be?
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, I think when you go back and you look at it, the two things that stand out were just the two long plays in the fourth quarter. Where we gave up a little slant route that turned into a touchdown, and then the long run down their sideline that turned into a touchdown. And we missed tackles. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. And defensively is, we've got to be able to do a good job of tackling the ball carriers when we have an opportunity to do it. We missed some tackles against some good players, and those two touchdowns hurt us. That's when they were able to extend the game a little bit and extend the lead and kind of, get out in front of us. But I think we'll go back and look at it. Like I said, our guys were in position. The fourth down comes to mind where, we had them covered about as well as you can have them covered, and they made a heck of a throw and a heck of a play, and that's what good football players do and good football teams do, is they make some plays sometimes, and you got to give Memphis credit. They made some key plays in some critical situations, and we're able to win the game.
Kylan Granson gave you 2 touchdowns tonight, and I believe it's 4 in the last 3 weeks. With Reggie's absence, how much more important is he now to your offense?
Yeah, Kylan's going to have to continue to pick it up and continue to make plays for us. He's just got to be a consistent guy that we can count on, and he's made some big plays for us. He's just got to be solid down in and down out, especially now with you said Reggie being down and maybe out for an extended time.
What do you tell the team after a game like this?
We faced a good team. We had a lot of mistakes out there, and that's what really cost us, the mistakes that we made, little mistakes. We got them on third down situations as a defense. We got them on third down a lot of times, and we were there to make a play, and they just made the play, and that's something we can't do when we're playing a good team. So I know from a defensive standpoint, if we limit the mistakes, then I feel like the game outcome would be very different.
I asked Coach Dykes just about what this can do from a teaching perspective for the secondary. 200-yard receivers for the team. I'll ask you the same question. What does a game like this do for you guys regarding from a teaching perspective?
It makes us understand that we're not there yet. We're not the team that we want to be at. Not with the team, but we're not the backfield that we can't just come out there and just show up. We have to. We had good practice and everything. We just have to do our job. I guess I currently answer that. It just shows us that we can't just come out there and think we can just show up. We have to work. And that was a good team we faced, good receivers, and the one-on-ones they won today. The one-on-ones. And that was a big part.
Earlier in the week, Coach Dykes was talking about Memphis's running back, Kenny Gainwell, and talking about how he might be the best running back you'll see all year, and he was a second-team mid-season All-American. He got 94 yards, but took him 21 carries. Overall, what did you think of the run defense tonight?
I think we did good. We gave up one that I can't remember. It was the fourth quarter, but it was that long run where we missed a tackle. He ran for 80 yards. It wasn't game well, but it was the other running back. We did a pretty good job, but kind of like last week against Houston, big plays really hurt us, and giving up touchdowns on one big play. Things like that, we can't do that. We did good against the rush, but it wasn't good enough for a W. So I guess we'll just look on the next one.
What do you say as a captain? And obviously, you guys hadn't kind of been in this moment yet. To kind of still have a chance to win the conference title. How do you kind of regroup?
We just come out and work again. The season's not over for this loss. Memphis also has one loss, so if they lose one more, we win out, then we'll be there. But we can't focus on what Memphis does. We have to focus on what we do. We have to come out, beat ECU, beat Navy, and then beat Tulane last game of the season. And if we do that, we'll look up at the last game of the season and see where we're at.
Does that sort of sharpen the one game at a time message that you and the coaches talk about?
Yes, sir. You can't hang your head on this loss. Just like you can't hang your head on dubs. You just got to come out for next week and try to go 1-0 next week.
Okay, thanks a lot.
What did the Memphis defense do that made it a little difficult to get the running game on track tonight?
I don't know. I don't think they did nothing that we wasn't prepared of, just to execute at a high level. I put it on myself. I didn't play well tonight, so be better next week.
What did you think of Shane's performance? 456 yards and 3 scores.
Yeah, he was good. He gave us a chance. I give my hat off to him. He kept me composed. I was stressing out there trying to get something going. He did his thing.
A game like this right now is frustrating, but in the next 2-3 hours, it's going to be just one loss to you guys. What do you tell the team, as a senior, just to kind of, as you're going into this upcoming
Just,
week?
everything we got in front of us is still there. You know, we took a loss tonight. So you gotta make sure we don't take another one. You know, we gotta go into next week with a fresh mind, grind it out again, go to practice tomorrow, start it over again, game plan. And, you know, all we can do is control what we can control. So it just went out.
Do you feel like 100% healthy?
Yeah, I got a little knocked up. I got a little stinger in my shoulder, but that wasn't nothing. I'm good. I'm ready to go.
I'm looking at the stats here. You guys had 553 yards of total offense. Overall, you know, a game like this, it's obviously going to be a learning experience. You know, maybe a teaching display.
Yeah.
What do you take with this in regards to just kind of telling the guys, hey, this is something we need to work on, this, that, whatever?
Like, we played well. We showed a lot of heart. It's just when you play a good team, you can't make the mistakes we made tonight that'll get you beat. We struggled a lot on like special teams. We gave Memphis the ball plus 50 multiple times. You know, that's hard on the defense. So it's just little things like that we got to do better at and, you know, execute better. And I feel like we'd be fine.
There were a couple of games earlier this season where you guys fell behind and obviously rallied to win, Tulsa and Houston. And your coach talked about how, you know, he never saw you guys hang heads and you always sort of believed. Was there ever any point where you had to sort of rally the troops and say, hey, we've done this before this year?
Oh, we knew what it was when we came out from halftime and, you know, they got up by 2 touchdowns. We knew it was worse. Because last year they made a good point. He was like, we was down 21 points in the fourth quarter against Tulsa. So we knew what we can do. We knew we can rally. Just fell short.